All right. First, we start on number 16. And I want you to, when you look at these problems, I don't want you to freestyle it. I want you to just think about the steps. And the steps are always the same thing. DN. DN. What does the E stand for?
Exponents outside parentheses.
Excellent. Is there any exponents outside of parentheses? So then R stands for what? Reorder. So we usually trying to reorder the top and the bottom to multiply. And really, there's nothing to reorder on the top. The bottom, we could reorder, not because we want to multiply, but just so that we can have X under X and Y under Y. Questions on that? When I got 2/4, I'm up to divide now, right? Can this divide or do we reduce it?
Reduce it.
If you're ever unsure if it divides or reduce, just do alpha X and put the numbers in there. If it's a whole number, it'll give you back a whole number. If it's a fraction, it'll reduce it. So I got 1/2. Then I keep the base and I do what? Top exponent minus bottom exponent. You with me? Then same thing. I'm going to get 1/2 X to the -2 minus 2 is going to give me 4, and then Y to the 1 power or just Y. Now my last step. Does this stay or move? Stay or move? Stay or move? Got it.
So how do you know if you should move? Oh, because the top is negative, so you move it down to the bottom.
Whenever there's no line above it, like a fraction line, that means it's on top.
Okay.
Okay. The only time it will be at the bottom if there was a fraction line above it. Okay. So then this one stays. So we finish. Just by show of hands, raise your hand if you had got 16 already. Okay. All right. Cool, cool. Let's try 18. And it's the same steps. DM. DN. Or maybe we should make it DM to make it like, more catchy. Say it again. No, that's not the answer. This is 18. 18 is a simple question. What's the E stand for again? Exponents. Got it. So do we have one? But it's only one factor, right? 1 base, 2 exponents, So it's going to be A to the 16th over 2B. Any reorder I can do? Any multiplication I can do?
No.
Any division I can do? Do I have any negative exponents? We finished. Questions? 20. 2y to the -4 divided by x squared, and I'm taking that to the -2. What's different about this one? Yeah, the whole thing is in the parentheses, and we have a negative exponent. When we got a negative exponent and it's a fraction, what's the easiest way to make this exponent positive? When we give you a hit, I could.
Flip it.
Yeah, right? Flip the base, make the exponent positive. Flip the base, make the exponent positive. The base is the whole thing. So I'm going to flip it upside down. X squared, 2y to the -4, and the exponent goes from negative to positive. Is that clear? Cool. Now, do I have any exponent outside of a parentheses? I do. So now I got to apply it. But since this extends down, it got to get applied to the top. Stay with us, y'all. And the bottom. And to place emphasis on it, right? Let me change the colors. This 2 right here had to go to the top factor and the bottom factors. Take a look at it for a second. See if you got any questions. Yeah, not 16th though. So we x to the 4th, then 4y to the, what type of eighth? What type of eighth? Negative eighth. Cool, cool. All right. Now, my last step. Is there any division I can do? Okay, but I want to have positive exponents. X to the fourth, is it going to move or stay? You got it. 4, move or stay? What about y to the minus eighth? That's it. Negative exponents always move. Negative exponents always move. Questions? All right, last one, and then we practice. Last one is 22. 22 is going to be 2y squared over x to the fourth, y to the 0 to the negative 4. What's my first step or the first thing I check for? This is what I'm always, it's always the same thing. When you're doing them, you don't have to freestyle and think like, oh, let me try this or try that. It's already laid out for you. You check for, is there exponent outside of parentheses? Yes or no? Is there? Is it positive or negative? So if it's negative, we do what with it? You move that whole parentheses. Now, if it was the whole fraction, I would have flipped it. But since it's just a parentheses, I'm going to move this up to the top. Does that make sense? It was negative on the bottom. I moved it to the top and it becomes positive. Is that clear? Cool. Now I'm going to have 2y squared, and then I'm going to apply this. 1, 2. Questions on what I did so far? All right. Simple magic buck. I'm looking for a new hand, right? I'm going to get magic bucks to my regular heavy hitters that have been participating. I see y'all. But I'm looking for a new hand to tell me, well, what did I do? What were the first 2 steps I followed so far? Step 1 is right here. And then step 2 is right here. Emmanuel, go. Help me, come on. Just look. What happened from here to here? I'm working with you. Just tell me what it looks like, and then I will help guide you to what happened. Jalea? I did do that for step 2, but what did I do from here to here? Like what move? Yeah, I took whatever had a negative exponent at the bottom, the whole parentheses, and I moved it to the top, right? Then, Emmanuel, finish up. After we moved it to the top, what did we do from here to here? Right. I applied that exponent outside of parentheses to each factor, right? In fact, you can get yours right now. All right, so Sinet, so we working. We got 2y squared, right? Now, what is this going to become? 1 base 2 exponents, we add or multiply? Multiply. So 4 times 4 gives us 16. And then we're going to get y to the 0 times 4, which is just 0. All right, so now this is yours. Anything to the 0 power equals what? Yes. Right? So we know this is just 1, and we're getting 2y squared x to the 16. Does it make sense? Just 1, yeah. So now, so it becomes 2y squared x to the 16th, or 2x to the 16th y squared. Questions? I want you guys to practice numbers 23 through 40. Work with each other, use the boards, explain to each other. Yeah, I'll come around to help and provide assistance.
You guys board?